Welcome to the countdown. I'm your countdown host, MJ Book, back for another mini count. That's right. Back with another mini count for my YouTube followers and watchers. If you're not familiar with the mini counts, again, this is a short, quick version of the regular countdown episodes where I don't do like 10 or 15 or 20 or anything like that. It's a quick 5 and gone. So, without hesitation, let's get to the mini. And this mini count, we're going to talk about wrestling. Now, that's why I have a wrestling hat on, but not talking about AEW. Going to talk about WWE, and we're going to talk about my 5 current favorite title holders. Now, for those who are not wrestling fans, you may think, well, there's probably only 5. No, there's a few others. So not every champion is going to get mentioned, and it's all the belts. And I'm going to also include NXT. So Raw, SmackDown, NXT. You're a champion, you're going to get included in this as far as the current champions. So let's get started with number 5. Number 5 is a wrestler I feel bad for. I feel so bad for him, but thankfully he still has a belt, at least at the time of this recording. He is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke, I feel so bad for the guy. I mean, the guy is a superstar talent. He is an A quality player without a doubt when it comes to his work in that ring. He holds your attention. He seems to do everything right. And he has a belt that you never see. And it's the Intercontinental Championship, a belt I am passionate about. I love that belt. It is my favorite belt. The first belt I bought was the old WWF Intercontinental Championship. Now, I'm not a big fan of the new IC belt. I actually hate it. I think it's ugly. But here it is, the work belt. And Shinsuke has it, one of the workmen in the company, and you just barely see him. And that's a damn shame. At the time of this recording, Survivor Series hasn't happened yet. So that's tomorrow. So hopefully he can win that match, because damn it, he needs a win. Shinsuke Nakamura, superstar talent. I still think that dude somewhere down the line has got to become WWE champion. I think he'd make a very good WWE champion, but Vince isn't doing anything with him. My concern is he's going to get fired soon. I mean, after all, WWE seems to have that issue of letting people go lately. But Shinsuke, number 5, as far as current title holders in the WWE, the current reigning and defending Intercontinental Champion. All right, number 4. Some people are not going to like this. So let's just get right to it. All right, Roman Reigns. For some people, you may put him at number 1. I'm not going to do that. For those who follow and listen and watch another podcast, Third Generation Wrestling, you'll know I have some issues with Roman, or more likely, or yeah, it's those Usos. Roman, I've been wanting to be a heel for quite a while, and I've said it. I always felt bad for Roman because he was getting unnecessarily booed, and it was just bull. I mean, there were times the boos were totally understandable. Like after the night he beat Taker, the boo made sense. But after that, it was just booing just to boo, just because it was the end thing. You know, I'm willing to bet a quarter of the people in the crowd didn't even know why they were booing. So I felt bad for him. And clearly he was a work in progress. The wrestling was not terrible, but not great. It was in the middle. His promos were pathetic, just to say the least. They were just pathetic. He's come a long way in the promos. He's not nowhere at the top in the promo department, but you can see the improvement. He's improved. He's passable. You can watch and listen and not be tortured at his promo work. His wrestling has improved. The character is better. I would be enjoying this run so much more if those little assholes, the Usos, weren't constantly interfering, because I think it's to the detriment of of Roman's character. They're trying to play him off like he's this beast, like Brock or something. He's not. He's a slime bucket, and this is slimy little. He's acting like Kenny Omega, which that works for Kenny's character. That works for Triple H's character, but that doesn't work for Roman. And that ultimately is why he had to go down to 4. It's because I don't like what they did with his character being this champion. And I constantly keep hearing the big deals of how long he's been the intergalactic champion or the universal champion or the black hole title holder, whatever you want to call that thing. Here's the thing. In the long run, it's really not that big a deal, because I grew up watching people who had the belts a lot longer. People like a Ric Flair, people like Hulk Hogan, Pedro Morales, Bruno Sammartino. These people had belts for years. Roman, a little over a year. These guys, years. Some of them up almost like getting close to 10 years. So your little reign don't mean a damn thing. But I like what they're doing with the character. I just wish there's just certain aspects I think they could have done better. They waited too long to give him his own music. Finally, he's got his own, but they waited too long on that thing. Again, Survivor Series hasn't happened yet. We're going to see where that goes. He's going to be facing Big E. I've already said I think Roman should lose the match, and I think this should kind of become the start of that fall, which will climax at Mania. But we'll see what they do with Roman. But for now, sorry, he only makes it to number 4, because he's not a horseman. So number 4. Roman Reigns, the head of the table. Number 3, and it's odd that this is number 3. It's in a way kind of fitting. It's those damn Usos. Now, the Usos that I don't like are the ones that interfere in Roman's matches. Their own matches, yeah, they cheat a little bit here and there, but I get it. I get that kind of cheating. It's them cheating in their own matches. Makes sense. But a lot of the matches, they don't cheat as well. They just win it straight up. The Usos are, I said it, tag team wrestling has been a black hole in the WWE, and the Usos are one of the very few teams left. Few legitimate teams. NXT's got a couple. But when you get to the main roster, that's where you have your problems. There's just not that many legitimate tag teams. And plus, when the owner of the company doesn't seem to care about tag team wrestling, which used to make you a whole lot of money when you had teams like the Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, the Legion of Doom. You seem to care about tag team wrestling then. Demolition, Nasty Boys, you cared then, but you don't care now. But the Usos, legendary tag team. I mean, there's so many dream matches. I'd love to put those guys in there. I would love to see them in a match against the Young Bucks. I would absolutely love that match. I mean, if somehow AEW and WWE could book some kind of inter-promotional pay-per-view thing one time and one time only, that would be the match I would want to see. I'd want to see the Usos and the Young Bucks. I just think that would be an amazing tag team matchup. And the Usos, like I said, I just don't like what they do with Roman, but man, an amazing team. Number 3, the Usos. Runner up, the man, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, I'll be brutally honest, and I don't mean this in any kind of a way. I never thought I would have bought a wrestler's t-shirt. It's a female wrestler. I had never ever bought one, not because I didn't like any of the female wrestlers. There was a ton of them I liked. I just never bought the clothes. The first one I bought was Becky Lynch. I bought a Becky Lynch The Man t-shirt, and this, her character, her march to the top was completely accidental. I mean, it just never was originally supposed to happen. She attacks Charlotte, and she's supposed to be the heel. The crowd cheered her. They try to make her a heel. The crowd likes her. And that march led her all the way to main eventing WrestleMania, triple threat women's match, the first women's main event at WrestleMania, history making. If you've listened to past countdowns, you know that I talked about that. And WrestleMania main event countdown, you need to watch it or listen. You need to listen to it to figure out what place it was in. She comes back and in that controversial moment involving Sasha at SummerSlam, but I think Becky has moved past that point, and she came back in sick shape. She is cut, and Becky she's had some off nights here and there. I think she's still trying to fully regain herself in the ring a little bit, because at times it gets pretty bad. I think she's still trying to get in wrestling shape. She was away for a while. She had a baby, so the body's went under some changes, and she's trying to get that wrestling, everything back. Of course, Survivor Series tomorrow. She's in a match with the Charlotte Flair. That honestly should be the match of the night, and it could be runner up for match of the year. That's how good that match could be. So as long as everybody's able to keep their heads together, which I think they will, I don't think that'll be a problem. Part of me thinks this whole thing is a work anyway. So Becky Lynch, the man, she's one of those people that women's wrestling owes a lot to. She makes it legitimate, and she's not a diva. She's not a diva era wrestler. She's gorgeous. Obviously, she's extremely gorgeous, very attractive, but she's more than that. So she could talk. She can work in the ring, even though lately, she's still trying to build herself back up, but she can go in the ring. And I love what they're doing with the character. I love this heel Becky. I just love it. So it's amazing. I love what they're doing with the character. Just barely made it as runner up. I wish I could have put her as number one, but somebody else took that role. But Becky Lynch just barely gets the runner up spot. And the final spot in this countdown, numero uno of my favorite current WWE champions. That, of course, belongs to only one person, and that's the queen herself, Charlotte Flair, the GOAT. Charlotte is, I've said it too many times. Charlotte is absolutely amazing. She is absolutely perfect. I don't care what everybody is saying about her backstage. Quite honestly, she's been carrying that division for so damn long. It's your own fault that she may be a diva back there, because she's had to carry it. You can argue she's had to carry the whole damn promotion on her back. That woman she just does not do anything wrong. She shows up every time. Maybe who she's wrestling isn't good, but she does show up. Now, she's had a stinker here or two. Everybody has. But she's as close to perfection in that ring as you can possibly get to. The queen, and she deserves that title. And again, look at who her father is. Some people may not think this. She has completely surpassed her father. And that's Ric Flair. That's not an easy thing to do. But there's one aspect that she has that Flair just wasn't able to get to that level. Charlotte is a far better wrestler than Ric Flair. You have to go back to see Ric Flair when he was younger. The wrestling was much better, and still Charlotte Flair is better. So the queen, Charlotte Flair, hands down, number one, the best wrestler currently with a title in the WWE. What do you think? That's my mini count. This is the third mini count. Working on another mini count. Don't know when I'll put that one up or when I'll do that one, but I'm enjoying these mini counts. These are fun. Please let me know what you think. All you have to do is go down into that section and you can see all the avenues and ways that you can communicate with me, whether it be by email or on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, or it also gives you all the avenues to watch and listen to the show, because this won't be on Podbean or anything like that. This is only exclusive to the YouTube channel. So for those of you who are fans of wrestling, catch me with the crew. I'll be reviewing with the Real Big E and the Ambassador Rob. And who knows, maybe somebody else will show up. I never know. We'll be reviewing the Survivor Series this weekend. That's going to be we'll see. But until that train wreck, want to thank you listeners. Thank you viewers. Appreciate every single one of you. Want to thank Incomtech.com, Kevin McLeod, for the use of IceFlow, the theme. And I'll catch you all again on the next episode of The Countdown. Have yourself a great one. Bye-bye.